Today, we're taking a deep dive across Missouri, exploring the heart of the state where rolling hills meet quiet main streets and the past lingers in every corner. Missouri's small towns are more than just dots on a map. They're living, breathing communities with stories that often go untold. We're here to uncover the real stories behind some of its most challenged small towns, places that have seen better days, but still hold on to hope and resilience. These towns have faced economic hardships, population decline, and changing industries, but their spirit remains strong. We'll look at the data, hear the stories, and see what life is really like in these 15 places. No sugarcoating, just the truth. You'll meet the people who call these towns home, learn about their daily struggles, and discover the small victories that keep them going. This isn't about making fun or judging, it's about understanding the challenges people face every day. We want to shine a light on the realities, the hardships, and the hopes that define these communities, and maybe even find inspiration in their perseverance. If you want more honest, in-depth content like this, hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep going and brings you more stories that matter. Let's get started and see what really makes Missouri's small towns tick. We have to start with St. Louis, not a small town by any means, but a city whose struggles send ripples across the entire state of Missouri. St. Louis stands as a symbol, a place where the challenges and hopes of Missouri are magnified and reflected back to us all. Decades ago, St. Louis was a booming industrial hub, its factories humming with life and opportunity. But over the years, the city has faced wave after wave of job loss, as industries moved away or shut down. This economic decline has been accompanied by rising crime rates, leaving many neighborhoods hollowed out, their once busy streets now quiet and lined with empty storefronts. But behind these stark statistics are real people, families who have called St. Louis home for generations, fighting every day to hold on to their communities, their traditions, and their sense of belonging. Yet there's a remarkable resilience here. Community groups come together to clean up parks, plant gardens, and paint murals that brighten up the streets. New businesses, often small and family-run, open their doors with hope. Neighbors look out for each other, organizing food drives and supporting local schools, determined to make their city a better place. The city's pride and spirit are unbreakable, even in tough times. Whether it's cheering for the Cardinals at a packed stadium or coming together at a street festival, St. Louisans celebrate their city and each other, finding joy and unity in shared moments. To truly understand Missouri's challenges, we have to understand St. Louis. The city's story is deeply connected to the fate of smaller towns across the state, offering lessons and warnings for what's to come. So let's take a closer look at how these same issues, economic hardship, resilience, and community spirit, are playing out in Missouri's small towns, shaping the future of the state. In Kennett, the story is all about population loss. Fewer jobs mean young people leave for better opportunities, creating a cycle where businesses close and the community shrinks. The impact is everywhere, from schools to the local economy. But those who stay are fiercely loyal, organizing events and supporting each other. They're fighting to keep their town alive, hoping for a breakthrough. It's a tough battle, but the community's dedication is inspiring. Kennett's story is one of hope against the odds. Haiti faces a different challenge: deep generational poverty. High poverty rates mean families struggle with basics like food, healthcare, and education. Limited resources strain schools and public services, making it hard to break the cycle. But the people here are resilient, with churches and local groups working tirelessly to support their neighbors. Haiti's story is about strength and the urgent need for real solutions. Caruthersville's biggest challenge is the Mississippi River. Flooding is a constant threat. Economic hardship compounds the stress, as jobs have disappeared and recovery from disasters is tough. Residents live with uncertainty, but their resilience is remarkable. They rebuild together, sandbag together, and refuse to abandon their home. The community's spirit is as powerful as the river itself. Caruthersville stands as a testament to survival and unity. In Charleston, high unemployment and poverty put pressure on families and schools. Educators work with limited resources to give kids a shot at a better future. The community rallies around its schools and sports teams, fighting to create new opportunities. Residents are determined to break the cycle and build a brighter future for the next generation. It's a daily struggle, but the passion for their town runs deep. Charleston is fighting for its kids. Pagedale, near St. Louis, is battling urban decay. Vacant, crumbling properties are everywhere. This isn't just about appearances, it affects safety, property values, and hope. But Pagedale is fighting back with a nationally recognized revitalization effort. New homes, a city hall, and community facilities are rising from the ruins. Residents and leaders are proving that decline isn't inevitable. Pagedale's story is about transformation and hope. It's a blueprint for other struggling communities. Wellston has faced decades of job loss and population flight, leaving behind a landscape of abandoned buildings. Basic services are stretched thin and the tax base is nearly gone. Yet the spirit of Wellston endures in its churches, longtime residents, and grassroots efforts. The community is holding on by a thread, but that thread is strong. Their fight is about survival and love for their home. Wellston's story is one of quiet resilience. Pine Lawn is often defined by its crime statistics, but that's not the whole story. High crime creates fear and stigma, making recovery even harder. But residents, leaders, and police are working together, organizing watch groups, youth programs, and building trust. The fight for safety is ongoing, but the community refuses to give up. Pine Lawn is demanding change and working for it. They need support, not judgment. This is a story of determination and hope. Moberly, once a thriving railroad town, was devastated when the rail shops closed. Generations lost their livelihoods, and many young people had to leave. But Moberly is reinventing itself, attracting new industries and investing in education. The community is determined not to be defined by its past. They're building something new for the future. Moberly's story is about adaptation and grit. The Magic City is fighting for a comeback. Ferguson became a national symbol after the unrest of 2014, leaving deep scars. The community faced economic loss and broken trust, but the real story is one of resilience. Residents have come together to heal, launching youth programs, economic initiatives, and police reforms. Murals of hope now cover once boarded-up buildings. Ferguson is determined to write a new story, one of unity and shared future. The journey is ongoing, but the spirit is strong. Ferguson is more than its headlines. Poplar Bluff is a healthcare hub, but many residents struggle to access care due to economic hardship. High rates of chronic illness and limited insurance make preventative care difficult. Local clinics and outreach programs work hard to fill the gaps. The community looks out for one another, showing real compassion. Poplar Bluff's story highlights the urgent need for better rural health care. Sikeston is famous for its hospitality, but its infrastructure is crumbling. Aging roads and water systems are expensive to fix, and job loss means less tax revenue. It's a catch-22. Fewer jobs mean fewer people, which means less money to fix what's broken. Still, Sikeston's people are resourceful, working to attract new industries and celebrate what makes their town unique. They're determined to patch the cracks and build a stronger future. Sikeston's story is about perseverance. On the surface, Maplewood appears to be a shining example of revitalization. A small Missouri town bustling with new energy, thriving local businesses, and a vibrant community life. The streets are alive with people enjoying outdoor dining, and the storefronts are filled with unique shops and breweries. But beneath this lively exterior, a different story is unfolding. Rising costs are quietly squeezing out the very residents who helped build this community over generations. Gentrification brings with it higher rents and soaring property values, which can be a boon for some. However, for many working-class families and elderly residents on fixed incomes, these changes mean facing the harsh reality of displacement. The homes they've lived in for decades are suddenly out of reach, and the neighborhoods they love are changing rapidly. The community is now grappling with tough questions. How do you encourage growth and welcome new opportunities, while still keeping Maplewood affordable and inclusive for everyone? Town hall meetings have become a place for passionate debate and heartfelt stories. Stories of families being priced out, forced to leave behind their homes and memories, are at the heart of Maplewood's struggle. Each moving truck represents not just a change of address, but a loss of community and history. In response, residents are coming together to discuss solutions like rent control and expanding affordable housing options. Their goal is to protect vulnerable neighbors and ensure that Maplewood remains a place where people from all walks of life can thrive. The challenge is clear: How can Maplewood embrace progress and welcome new businesses without losing the unique character and soul that make the town special? It's a delicate balance between honoring the past and building for the future. Ultimately, Maplewood's future depends on finding that balance, where growth and tradition coexist, and where every resident feels they have a place in the story of this evolving town. Jennings has faced school closures and loss of accreditation, shaking the community's core. These closures disrupt lives and break up neighborhoods, all tied to broader economic struggles. Teachers and administrators work heroically to provide stability and quality education. The community has rallied, regaining accreditation and launching innovative programs. Jennings shows what's possible when a community unites for its children. Their story is one of hope and determination. Berkeley's struggle is environmental, living near a radioactive Superfund site. Residents worry about their health and safety, fueling years of activism. They've organized, educated themselves, and demanded government action. Their fight has brought national attention and real progress toward cleanup. Ordinary people have become extraordinary advocates. Berkeley's story is about the power of community action. 15 towns, 15 stories, struggles with crime, poverty, job loss, and more. But everywhere, we found unbreakable spirit and hope. If you care about real stories and deeper understanding, please subscribe and join our community. Thank you for watching and caring. See you next time for another journey. Stay curious, everyone.